Most grant proposals get rejected in 10 seconds, and it's not because of your writing. In this video, I'll share what you might be doing, or rather not doing, that is shooting yourself in the foot and what to do instead. I am very lightly volunteering for a tiny nonprofit that runs a summer childcare program. The founder found a great program. It funds summer programs for kids. She put a lot of work into the proposal, and then it got rejected. I reviewed the proposal. The writing was solid. I asked her what she'd learned from her conversations with the funder, and it turns out she'd had none, ever. I said, look, you must reach out, and especially now. Ask what you could have done differently. What separates those proposals that get funded from the ones that don't? Would you encourage us to apply again? 1 year passes, the grant cycle is open again. She did the logical thing, rewrote her proposal, asked me to look over it, and my first question was, what did the funder say you should do differently? And get this, she still hadn't talked to them. So maybe you've done this before, and I get it. Most of us are more like behind the scenes kind of people. We're assuming that the great work is just gonna stand on its own merit, and I've watched so many grant writers live in this rewrite spiral, convinced that if they can just get their words right, the funding will follow. And here's what I told her. The proposal's not the problem, because it does not matter how good your writing is. A well-written proposal from someone the funder has not heard of is still a proposal from a stranger. And that is what's resulting in your grant denial, not the writing. Now, the advice you'll hear on repeat is build relationships with your funders. But first, what does that even mean? Build a relationship. How many galas can a funder realistically attend? Are you supposed to take them to coffee? Send a card? Show up at their office? The vagueness of it makes it really easy to put it on the back burner. And the back burner is where these good intentions go to die. This leaves us in a real limbo, right? Like, okay, you can't submit a cold turkey proposal, and you know you need to build funder relationships, but that's murky. What the heck? Back to my nonprofit friend in the childcare space. After the second rejection, I told her, look, you have to reach out to the funder. Not days before the next deadline, right now. She finally did, and that one conversation was straight up game-changing. The funder walked her through exactly what he needed to see in the numbers, how to frame the impact, what separated the proposals that got funded from the ones that didn't. She now has the upcoming summer season to make sure she's really capturing that impact information, and she's going to share an update on how the season went to the funder. Here's what's different now. She's got a relationship, or rather a real connection with that funder, and they have a plan for the next cycle that I feel really good about. Let me give you 3 things that you can do right now. Contact the funder before you write a single word of that proposal. Ask basic fit questions. Are we eligible? What does a strong application look like? What separated the funded proposals from the ones that didn't make it? Funders know exactly what they want to see. Most of them will tell you. This call alone will change how you write, and it will increase your win rate tremendously. Think through a few small points of connection over the year. For this nonprofit, something as simple as sending the funder a recap email from summer camp, a few of photos, quick update on how things went. It costs nothing, and it keeps us connected. So set a calendar reminder now. You're not asking for anything, you're just staying visible. And I want to plant a seed here because this is a very big topic. You've probably heard that people need to see something 21 times before it sticks. The same principle applies to funders. I need you to start thinking like a marketer. How is your organization building awareness in the community without ever making an ask? Is your website telling a compelling story? Are people hearing about your work? Is your impact showing up somewhere a funder might realistically see it, especially if it's kind of coming in directly? Those are all funder connections. And it's a responsibility that belongs to the entire organization, not just you, the grant writer. Hard stop. Any proposals going in cold. I want you to reframe funder relationship building as funder connecting, because connection isn't one big ginormous ask once a year or one huge fancy gala. It's these little small moments where a funder can see your work, they understand your impact, and they're starting to recognize your name before that proposal lands in their grant portal. Now you know why the proposal is not always the problem, and if you want to know what to do about it, I've got 7 hacks that will change how you approach every proposal you write at from here on out. And that video is linked up next. See you there.